I know there's obviously the Ukrainian club, isn't there, in Bradford, which is quite a thriving place. So yeah, just a bit about that, if you would.
Yeah, we have the Ukrainian Community Centre on Legrams Lane. That was one of the first kind of things they set up, not originally at this site, but they've had several different ones around the city before. We've got a couple of Ukrainian churches, a Catholic church and an Orthodox church. We've got a Ukrainian Saturday school that's still going, a Ukrainian Youth Association that I'm chairman of. We have a Ukrainian dance group, we have a female choir, we have a male choir. And yeah, we've active community before. Obviously, what's going on now, we were still doing a lot of events throughout the city, throughout the year. Some of our more traditional kind of events, like celebrating Ukrainian Christmas, which is on a different calendar to the Latin kind of Christmas, highlighting those things. And then, like I said, it was a big community. It's slowly dwindled over time, so it's not as big as it was. But there are definitely a few hundred active members and a lot more people of Ukrainian descent who are still in and around the city, who come occasionally. And obviously, with what's going on now, more of them are showing and getting back involved. So yeah, it's kind of like you mentioned. It's sad that it's taken this for it to happen, but a lot of people are re-engaging with their Ukrainian heritage and get involved again.
And I guess, Mike, you're the person to ask behind the Twitter account of the Ukrainian Bantams. Just a bit about the kind of the history of the supporters club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ukrainian Bantams is an unofficial supporters club. To be honest, the reason why we set it up, it was nearly 3 years ago now, was there's a number of us within the community that are Bradford City fans. There's a sort of group of us that go to every home game and we meet pre-match for drinks. And we sort of just collectively started being known as the Ukrainian Bantams just because of our heritage, with us having that association to the Ukrainian community and to the centre. So yeah, it was sort of more of just getting that out there a little bit more, associating the Ukrainian Bantams name to that, and just letting people know that there is a big Ukrainian community and hub out there that has association and connection with the club. Like I said, there's many members within that centre, that club, that support Bradford City, that go to games. So yeah, that's sort of the reason behind it, really. There was no sort of aim of or objectives we were striving to go for when we set it up. It's quite a loose supporters club, and yeah, it's just one that to know that everyone's welcome to the Ukrainian club. If you're a Bradford City fan, or even if you're not a Bradford City fan, everyone's welcome to the Ukrainian club.
How long would you say it's been going, roughly, in terms of years? And is it one of those things at the Ukrainian club? Is it kind of actively encouraging to people to? It's not obviously it's not a closed member thing. It's come along and kind of get involved in the culture, learn a bit about it, especially at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. You hit the nail on the head. It's open to anyone. We encourage anyone to come down. We've had a number of events. The biggest one, which you might have come across yourself, is the Ukrainian Beer Festival, which usually takes place in November. It's called Pivo Fest. Obviously, it's not happened for a couple of years due to COVID. That's usually a sellout on a Friday and Saturday, and that's open to anyone to come down. And we see great numbers. We see numbers into the 200s, 300s that come down and get involved. So yeah, for us, it's certainly not a closed members type environment. We open our doors to anyone. We want people to get involved and to see the culture. And to be honest, I've got a lot of friends who have come down, experienced that at different times of the year. Pete mentioned around Ukrainian Christmas, around the Easter, the Pivo Fest, and they love it. They love being involved. They love being part of it, because it is very different. It is very unique, and it has that very much family feel to it as well.